Lesson 1. Do you need a book? Listening. Page 125. Task 1. Listen to the girl.
I don't like reading. I only sometimes go to the school library to borrow books that are on my English reading list. I never read anything else. I don't like writing book reports either, but I always hand them in because Mr. Beard is very strict. I know reading is useful, but I'm more into computers. I often surf the net. You can call this reading as well. When we have to do a project, I usually look for information online.
Page 126. Task 2A. Listen to the boy.
I like reading. I often go to the school library after school. Sometimes I just flick through music magazines to find out about new CDs or concerts. I also borrow books that are on my reading list. Some of them are okay, but some are boring. I read other stuff as well. I usually take out 2 to 3 books. I never take out more than 4. That's how many you can take, actually. I always ask Miss Haviland for advice. She helps me pick out 1 or 2. I look at the cover first. I like fantasy novels like The Hobbit or The Chronicles of Narnia. I often take adventure books like Robinson Crusoe. I sometimes take nonfiction. For example, Great Mysteries of the World or the Guinness Book of Records, or some books about animals. Do my parents read a lot? Well, I just live with my mom. She's always busy, but when she has time, she reads books about music or crime stories. She's fond of Agatha Christie.
Page 127. Task 6B. Listen about the popular author.
Alan Alexander Milne was born in London in 1882. At the age of 11, he won a scholarship to the Westminster School. Then he went to Cambridge University and became an editor of the university paper. By 1906, he had worked as an editor at Punch, a classic British humor magazine. When World War I started, he joined the army and served in France. Here he wrote his first play, which was produced in London in 1917. By 1919, Milne completed 1 book and several plays. Some of his plays were staged in London, and one of them even in New York City. Milne became well known as a popular London playwright. In 1920, his son Christopher Robin Milne was born. It was the event that changed the history of children's literature. In 1923, Milne began to work on a collection of poems for children. The result was When We Were Very Young, published in 1924. In 1926, he added to his success with the publication of Winnie the Pooh. Milne was always saying that it was his wife and his young son who inspired him to write the poems and stories for children. Sometimes it seemed to Milne that he should write something more important, like a detective story. In fact, in 1922 he wrote a detective novel, The Red House Mystery, as well as many novels, essays, short stories, and poems. He wrote over 25 plays, and his autobiography is Too Late Now, published in 1939. When he died 30 years later, there was already no doubt that Alan Milne achieved the worldwide popularity, not as he wished due to his plays and novels, but to adventures of Winnie the Pooh Bear. The Pooh books are favorites with old and young alike, and have been translated into many languages.
Speaking. Page 129, Task 2. Listen and read.
Hello, can I help you? Yes, I'd like to join the library. You have already got a membership card, haven't you? Yes, here is the last year's card. Thanks. Can you fill in this form? There are some questions on the back. I'd really like you to answer them.
Sure, no problem.
Page 132. Task 8A. Listen.
Hi, Chris. You asked me to phone you. What are you doing now?
Hello, Mary. I've just finished reading 2 books. They are so different from each other.
Really? And I enjoyed both of them, didn't you?
Oh, no, only one of them. The other one makes unhappy reading. But I won't tell you the story. You may want to read it. Better tell me what you are reading or have read.
Well, I usually prefer true-to-life stories, but this time I'll choose something different. I've just finished it.
An adventure story, yeah?
Yes, and the author has a fine imagination. He holds your interest right to the end of the book. But you haven't told me anything about the other book you've just finished. The one you said you enjoyed.
Well, it is a book you could spend hours with. It's a very funny story. I laughed all the time while I was reading it. And besides, the author has created very truthful characters.
Do you think it would interest me?
I think so. Come with me to the library tomorrow, if you like.
That is an idea. Besides, my dad asked me to bring a detective for him. By the way, have you heard of Lily? She has been ill for the last week, as far as I know.
Yes, she has. She phoned me yesterday and told us to find some more information about Ellen Milne. She needs it for the article. That's why I asked you to phone me. We should go to the library tomorrow.
Fine. Let's do it right after the lessons. Then we can visit Lily together.
Lesson 2. Music is everywhere. Page 140. Task 4. Listen to the soundtrack.
A. B. C.
Reading. Page 141. Task 1A. Listen to and read the dialogue.
What's the best concert you've ever been to?
Maxim's concert a year ago. He's been my idol for years. Maxim's the absolute king of the piano. Actually, I haven't been to a concert since then.
A boring piano concert? Hello? And you call that music? It's just old-fashioned plink-plonk on the keyboards. No electric guitars, no drum section, no hands in the air. You are so not in.
I don't care about being in. What's in today is out tomorrow. I don't care about trendy stuff. I care about top quality music. I've built this world of my own.
What world?
My own music world. No ins and no outs. Just the best stuff from the past and the best from the present. My piano teacher gave me a few hints.
Oh, come on. How can you be so snobbish? I bet you didn't go to the U2 concert.
No, I didn't. I hate all this artificial hysteria the media created about it.
Page 143. Task 2A. Listen and read.
There's nothing artificial about U2. There were 100,000 people at the stadium, and a giant stage, and giant loudspeakers.
Yes, I heard the music all right. I had to close the windows, but those kabooms went through the walls all the same.
So you heard it after all? All those messages of love and peace?
Come on, Chopin's music is about love and peace. And Mozart's. It'll survive for centuries. It's romantic and soft, like love itself.
Hello? That's the taste of 100 years ago or so? You have to wake up. You should, no, you must listen to what all the young people are listening to today.
Should? Must? Come on. There are no shoulds or shouldn'ts or musts and mustn'ts in music. You know that as well as I do. Music is a matter of taste. It's your personal choice, like the friends you choose, beliefs, attitudes, colors, and whatever.
Oops, I got carried away. I haven't been myself since I heard U2 live. Right. There's no point in arguing about matters of taste, of course. Sorry, mate.
One man caught on a barbed wire fence. One man, he was this. One man washed up on an empty beach.
Listening. Page 149. Task 1. Listen to the 6 pieces of music and identify each type.
Music A. Music B. Music C. Music D.
You niggas don't get it yet, do you? Dealing not platinum or flop, I still put it through you. With a Luger that'll spit fire and hit higher than a bitch by a bitch like Mariah.
Music E.
I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. I like
Music F.
Page 149. Task 2. Listen to the interview with the rock band The Rats.
And here we have The Rats. Jack Dirty, Bill Ugly, Toby Smelly and Pete Bad are back with their new album, Trouble. I know you're all excited about The Rats concert tonight. Hello everybody, it's good to have you back.
Hi, hello, it's good to be back.
Are you preparing anything special for tonight's concert? We are. We're preparing a real show. The show starts at 9:30. Be ready for surprises.
One of the surprises is that it's Pete's girlfriend's 21st birthday today, and Pete is playing a special song for her.
And the song you're playing is?
Well, that's a secret. Come and find out.
Of course I'm coming. What are you wearing at the concert?
We're wearing black as usual. No surprises there.
I've got some new tattoos to show.
And I've got a great leather jacket with a skull on the back.
Where are you staying?
We're staying at a hotel, but we don't want our fans to know the name of the hotel. We don't want any trouble.
That's funny. The name of your album is Trouble.
There is another reason why this concert is special. You see, I'm writing an autobiography, and this is my parents' hometown, so it was my idea to start here.
Okay guys, that's all. Thank you for coming. I wish you all the best.
Thank you for inviting us. See you tonight.
Page 151. Task 4C. Listen and read the dialogue.
What was it like then?
Oh, nice. Or maybe it seemed nicer because I was so young then. Well, John Lennon went to my school, Quarry Bank High School. He played in a band called the Quarrymen. We were crazy about John.
Why did you like him so much?
I think he was very talented. He played the guitar, and boys with a guitar are always popular. He wasn't a good pupil. He used to bunk off school. But he was very good at writing and art, and our headmaster later helped him to get to art college.
Why did he bunk off?
I think he was very unhappy at that time. His mum died in an accident. She was crossing the street when a car hit her. John was devastated by it. His dad had left home earlier. He worked on a ship, like a lot of men from Liverpool at that time. I think music helped him a lot in getting over it. John met Paul McCartney, who joined the Quarrymen in 1957. They soon changed the band's name to the Beatles. They played in the Cavern Club in Liverpool every night, and they soon became the most popular band in England. Your grandpa bought their first single, Love Me Do.
Oh, I know. One of those funny black records.
Yes, he still has it. It's a bit scratchy, though.
What did you like about their music?
I liked the beat. I loved the lyrics and the sound of the electric guitars, but I also loved their use of other classical musical instruments. Their look with the Beatles' jacket and hairstyle was special too. It was created by their manager, Brian Epstein.
What songs did you like best, Granny?
Lots of them. I Want to Hold Your Hand, With a Little Help from My Friends, She's Leaving Home. There are so many nice memories that come back with them. When your mum was a baby and when she was cranky, I let her listen to Blackbird and Octopus's Garden. These were her favourites. Now I like When I'm 64. Oh dear, it all seemed like yesterday. Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Let's have a cup of tea now.
Speaking. Page 155, Task 1A. Listen and read.
John and I went to a rock concert on Saturday. It was at the Central Stadium.
Who performed the concert?
Oki and Elsie, my favorite group.
It was only 3 o'clock in the afternoon when we got there, so we watched as they set up the speakers for a sound system. And one of men working there even asked me to help, so we ran over and gave him a hand.
When did they start the concert?
At 6 o'clock, and since we had helped earlier, we were allowed to sit at the edge of the stage. We were almost close enough to touch the performers.
The best moment of the concert for me was when Sviatoslav Karpyuk and his team appeared. I couldn't believe it when he walked out. I felt excited to be so close to my favorite singer.
Did you speak to him?
Well, there were too many people. Everyone clapped. Sviatoslav stopped right in front of us, leaned over, and told us to enjoy the show.
What happened then?
He started singing all of his hits. We all joined in with him and danced to the music. The rest of the concert was wonderful, and everybody had a great time.
How did you feel after the concert?
As for me, I was happy because I had had the chance to see my favorite band and talk to Sviatoslav in front of 5,000 people.
And what about you, Terry?
I felt exhausted, but also delighted. I enjoyed the concert very much.
Look back. Page 165, Task 4A. Listen to Terry Tomlin.
I'm afraid young people don't read very much today. They like television and computers more. Don't you think so?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't think it's that bad.
Do you like reading?
I love it. I do watch television and I like computer games, but reading is really special. I can imagine the characters and places. I create them in a way.
What do you read?
I read everything, magazines, comics, but I like reading books best.
When do you usually read? Is there a special time of the day or maybe a special day when you read?
I usually read before I go to bed. And you're right, there is a special day. I call it a reading day. Sunday. Well, Sunday is my special reading day.
Do you buy books or do you borrow them from a library?
I mostly borrow them, but I also have my private library. I buy books that I like very much.
Who's your favourite writer?
Hard to say, there are several of them. Let me see. Lewis Carroll, perhaps.
And what is your favourite book? Is that Alice in Wonderland then?
Right, Alice in Wonderland, but I also like the Harry Potter series.
What was the last book you read?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl.
What is it about?
It tells the story of a boy, Charlie Bucket, who loves chocolate, but his family is very poor, so eats chocolate only once a year on his birthday. He gets lucky and visits a chocolate factory. He behaves well during the visit, and the owner decides to leave the factory to Charlie.
Page 170, Task 12C. Listen to the three pieces of music.